So the missed warning signs are clear now, leading to the shooting and the massacre in the Navy Yard on Monday. Shooter Aaron Alexis able to keep his own security federal clearance, despite his past brushes with the law involving guns and his documented descent into madness the month before the shootings. Alan Colmes, host of the Alan Colmes radio show, Fox News contributor. Tucker Carlson, editor of the Daily Caller, co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend. Gentlemen, two big topics here to go at. Hearing voices, Newport, Rhode Island, early August. The police in Rhode Island have a report of this, Tucker. They gave it to the Navy.
That's right.
They did what they were supposed to do.
Well, apparently Alexis himself called the police in Newport, Rhode Island because he was so tormented by these voices. There are now reports that he may have been under treatment by the Veterans Administration for the last month or two. Obviously, that didn't work if it's true. The point here is the one factor that connects so many of these mass shootings and so many killings in our cities in general is mental illness, unaddressed mental illness, clearly not being treated right. And this possibly is the legacy of the deinstitutionalization of the mentally ill 40 years ago. There's clearly something going on here.
Alan, how do you piece this together?
I think we can agree on this. Sadly, I mean, there's a stigma attached to mental illness, and we need to remove the stigma so we can be openly discussed and people who need treatment can get treatment. In this case, obviously, here's someone quite a history of treatment. As Tucker pointed out, the VA was treating him for this. That was a report that came out in the last 12 hours. And why was this not in a database someplace? I know there are issues also of medical privacy concerning this, but why isn't this in a database that's especially
a lot of people knew about it too, Alan,
accessible,
as you point out as well. Learning all this stuff, I mean, a lot of people were aware that this man had problems, Tucker.
Well, and it's apparently not enough to give people with severe mental illness a pill and hope everything's fine. Alan said we need to decrease the stigma around mental illness. The opposite is true. Certain forms of mental illness, I'm not talking depression or PTSD, but paranoid schizophrenia, we need to increase the stigma, which is to say we need to make it really clear this could become dangerous. We pretend like it's not dangerous. It is dangerous.
I'll give you the last word.
When I say stigma, I'm not talking about we have to ignore it. I'm saying that people are afraid to talk about it, people are afraid to get treatment sometimes, people are afraid to report it because there is an unfortunate stigma attached to mental illness, which is just as physical illness should be something that should be diagnosed and openly talked about.
Okay. Alan Colmes, thank you. Tucker Carlson, thanks to you as well. All right, gentlemen, 20 minutes past. Martha.